Want to hear this show first? No ads, no fuss. You can at patreon.com/BenNy Mac Productions. Thanks for listening.
The following has been brought to you by SJP World Media.
You're listening to In the Corner with BenNy Mac. Unfiltered, uncensored, and unforgiving. Here's the man in the corner, BenNy Mac.
I'm technically on a sofa, not in a corner, but still, there we go. Ladies and gents, welcome to In the Corner. I am, of course, BenNy Mac. Joining me for the Summerslam predictions, if his mic's on. You're such a knob, you really are. You really are. AJB joining me since we did the retro SummerSlam, which came out yesterday, actually. Came out yesterday as we're sitting here now, the 98 one we did. Remember doing that?
Oh, yeah.
It's a while ago. It feels like a while ago.
It was it 2-3 weeks ago we actually recorded it?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. trying to get ahead of ourselves, really. Yeah, welcome to In the Corner, I'm BenNy Mac. A lot of stuff's been going on in WWE. Do you know what I found? Just this week alone has been quite a big deal in terms
I think
of...
it's been quite quiet, to be honest with
you. You think?
No one's really gone anywhere or anything like that, so...
Somebody trying to find their daddy, apparently, on Raw. That's about it. I can't believe they mentioned that so soon with Roman to Theory. Your daddy's gone now.
Yeah, that's... You would have thought they'd have been keeping that quiet, wouldn't you?
Or at least try and avoid away from it, maybe.
Yeah.
But I found a list earlier, man, and I say earlier, a couple of days ago, and bearing in mind where are we, July?
Yes.
And it's 2022, obviously. This year alone, right, already, Shane McMahon got fired.
Did he?
Yeah. You obviously haven't been watching. Cody Rhodes quits AEW for WWE. Obviously, he's injured at the minute, but he's in WWE.
Did
he? Stone Cold, fucking out. Are you on the right?
I'm only joking.
Are you on the right show, mate?
Yeah.
What's going on? Turn it down a bit. Stone Cold main evented a WrestleMania for the first time since, God knows how long.
No, I remember that one.
Yeah, I was going to say. Vince McMahon obviously wrestled at WrestleMania and took the worst stunner in history. Triple H retired as active in-ring at WrestleMania. Come in, put the boots in the ring. I think you just needed them clean, to be honest.
Believe it when I see it.
MJF wanted to quit AEW, apparently, to come to WWE. I think that was more of a work, to be honest. Sasha and Naomi walked out on Raw.
Yeah.
And left the company. Serious injuries. Obviously, Cody Rhodes already mentioned. Randy Orton's out injured at the moment. I'll leave this one to last, because I'm sure there's something you want to say about this. Then, obviously, Vince McMahon's retired. Brock Lesnar walked out of SmackDown, but then came back because he apparently walked out before SmackDown even went on the air, and they actually announced it, saying that he was not actually going to be on the show. Then he came back, so that's why he's on the show. I was surprised to see him on the show. And obviously, as it stands now, Triple H is head of creative of WWE, and Vince McMahon is no longer. So that Raw episode of Monday is the first Raw ever that Vince McMahon was not there. Whether he was still there, I don't know, but not in charge at least anyway.
What was that? Nearly, hang on.
It's been over 25 years.
03, 13, nearly 30.
Well, there you go then.
Next year, because it was 93 Raw started, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah. 93, yeah. So, yeah, it's been a long-ass time. So, I'm hopeful with Triple H being in charge of creative, but the biggest one here, I know we had a long conversation about this already, but off air was WWE apparently moving back to TV 14 this year. And apparently SummerSlam is rated TV 14, but we are talking a pay-per-view. Yes, a fucking pay-per-view, not a premium event. Even though that's what they're called now.
I just can't see him doing it. I'd love him to do it, don't get me wrong.
On pay-per-view, I could see him doing it, but for the week-to-week shows, I don't know. Because USA surely wouldn't want that.
But then how would you transition a PG show on Raw or SmackDown into a TV 14
That's a fair point, actually.
On a pay-per-view?
Yeah, that's a fair point. I didn't even... it's me being the older guy
You'll be on Raw. You're being silly. Then on the rest of go.
You're a twat. Yeah, that's a fair point. Going from beeping it on the weekly show to actually saying it on the pay-per-view. Yeah, so you're right, actually, yeah. I'm hopeful. Obviously, Stephanie McMahon is co-CEO of the company. Triple H is executive vice president of the company and also head of creative. Like I said to you last night we were talking about this. I'm hopeful that we might get some fucking decent wrestling now. It ain't gonna happen overnight, But in terms of
Was
storylines,
Triple H head of creative before, or was that just NXT?
just NXT, I believe, yeah.
Oh,
Just
okay,
NXT.
that's all right.
So, and I loved NXT from like.
No, I know you've always
so-
raved about NXT. I watched a little bit of it, not as much as you, but
Mate, you'd have liked it. The weekly show was an hour long, so long enough to get what you need to get done and for you to live your life.
see, that's what I think they need to do.
Well, there's a lot of fun. I know exactly what you're about to say. There's a lot of videos being taken from Stone Cold's podcast before it was the Broken Skull Sessions on the network when he used to do the podcast on Podcast One, with showing Triple H talking about the third hour of TV is so hard to write, and he'd love to go back to 2 hours. And Stone Cold says, "Would you like to go back to 2 hours?" And he goes, "That's a Vince call." Obviously, not anymore. So maybe he will. I don't know. It could be interesting. Like I said, I'm hopeful because it's Triple H, and he seemed to. When I'm just going by NXT, mate, I can't.
Well, I think they need to do something because I mean, this last time I checked, their ratings are only going in one direction. Don't get me wrong; it wasn't like a significant drop. It was just like a gradual loss of the audience.
We've said it for years, and I think a lot of fans have. Raw 3 hours long, it's too long.
Yeah,
A pay-per-view, yeah, but like when you're only having an hour and a half of each show, then why do a 3 hour show? It makes no makes no sense.
I mean,
So,
don't get me wrong. When I used to watch, I'm sure you were the same. When we used to watch Raw back in the day, and it was like an hour and a half, something like that, or like, not including advert breaks, obviously.
Yeah.
Well,
if you
were
cut the
thinking,
adverts
why
in-
couldn't this be a bit longer? But then it was a case of be careful what you wish for.
Yeah, it was. I mean, the odd special when they used to do 3 hour, like the draft episode, like the odd extra hour was
Make
nice.
it like an unofficial pay per view in a
Yeah,
way.
it was like especially when they did the draft, but not like the draft they do now, where they just go, "Oh, we've picked so and so." I liked it when they had matches and then they had the big screen,
The random generator.
random.
random generator. Yeah, I know
In
what you
air
mean.
quotes there. But yeah, I liked that because I think it gave it more an event, a bit like the Royal Rumble. You love part of it is a surprise factor, so you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Stephanie McMahon or whatever, who Triple H coming out. Oh, I've signed Randy Orton to come to Raw. Yay! Well, actually, let's have a match. It puts some talent over, and then also you have a nice little moment of who's coming to Raw or who's going to SmackDown or whatever. I think it's nicer that way.
That makes sense.
But yeah, there you go. That's a different podcast and a long podcast in itself.
Yeah.
as we talk about theme pay-per-views as well. We could talk about that for about 3 hours. To be honest, it would be too long though.
All of it bad.
All of it bad. Yeah. Oh, Hell in a Cell's coming up. Great. We've already talked about this, but we'd rather know it's a surprise to an end of a good story of a wrestling match.
Yeah.
The stories. Mate, I'll give you an example very quickly. A short story. The short rivalry. Sorry. Between I talked to you about it last night. Velveteen Dream and Aleister Black over a month was really good. It had enough in it to keep you interested. But DIY, Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano, when they finally when Tommaso turned on him, this rivalry lasted about a year and a half.
Oh yeah,
and they kept sort of coming. They would distance themselves for a little bit, and then they come back together, and it was a really good story. So I think part of it Triple H would want to tell overall longer stories rather than it just being over after one pay-per-view or let's do it again on the second pay-per-view because it did well on this one, so we'll just do it again.
Yeah.
WrestleMania Backlash, one, doesn't need to be called WrestleMania Backlash, it just should be called Backlash. And then two, every match was pretty much a repeat of WrestleMania, pretty much. So apart from a few...
So change it from Backlash to repeat.
Yeah. So yeah, it should be WrestleMania repeat.
Yeah.
The encore presentation a month later is what it should be.
No, for those who missed it.
For those for the benefit who didn't see it.
Yeah.
Let's do this. There's a lot of wrestling references in this, and the funny thing is we're sat in our Nothing to Show studio. Jack is sat over there monitoring, and he has no idea what the hell we're talking about, by the way. So I just want to... He's looking like he's fallen asleep, to be fair.
I
forgot to click record.
Have you? Are we recorded?
Yeah.
Oh, you sod. Right, let's move on to what we're actually here for, and that's the what we talking about this week?
SummerSlam.
I'm joking. The SummerSlam predictions. I mean, as the card stands right now on what day is it today? Wednesday. Is it Wednesday today?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Got his own branded shirt. I just realised with NJB on it. Okay, I'm not mentioning it unless you want to pay some sponsorship. Then I'll mention it, but I ain't mentioning it. Yeah, exactly. So
I'll give you 20p.
Do you know what? Go and get me a Freddo, mate, and I'll be happy with that. So yeah, SummerSlam's coming up. It's actually on Saturday, mate, which we spoke about before. Which we spoke about. We like it being on a Saturday night over here in the UK.
Makes more sense.
I think it makes more sense in the States as well, because like you said, why would you go to
Well, you would have thought the working week is Monday to Friday.
In theory, yeah,
So
generally, yeah.
Why would or the
Yeah, it makes sense.
it's the perceived working week. I mean, obviously, a lot of people work weekends now, but
Yeah,
why not have it on Saturday night going into a Sunday? It just
makes a lot more sense
it's
to me.
just so much more better.
Makes it free up as well when the Formula One's on. I can watch Formula One
Yeah,
without being like sort of like, oh, I need to go to sleep really, so I want to stay up and watch the pay-per-view. I'm not gonna necessarily do this in order, mate. I've just realised I'm gonna mention this quickly because we probably haven't got a lot to talk about it. Really, is Logan Paul versus The Miz.
If Miz doesn't win, I riot.
I'm with you on that one. That's all I got to say about it. Miz needs to. I know. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like him, but Logan Paul has looked quite good at WrestleMania in that tag match. But it was a tag match, so we'll see what he's actually like this Saturday at SummerSlam. For me, I'm going with Miz. Even if he wins by disqualification, I don't care, as long as Miz wins or gets outside help by either Maurice or Tommaso. But then it could be a good opportunity for Tommaso Ciampa to turn on Miz in this scenario. So yeah, but yeah, I'm going with you. I'm with you on that one. To be honest, that's all I got to say about that one. Really. Go on, pick a match, mate. Apart from the main event.
Let's go.
We'll do the main event last, obviously.
Let's go Riddle and Seth.
Riddle and Seth. That's actually, I reckon that might be the match. One of the matches of the night. To be totally honest.
Definitely got the potential to steal the show there.
This past week on Raw, obviously stomped him into the steps on Raw after. I liked when Seth came out, he just kind of looked at Roman and just laughed at him in that sort of Joker style that he's doing at the moment. And then went and then just said literally to Roman's face, bye-bye, and then just kept walking like he was really happy. I look at Seth's character at the moment a bit like he's like the Joker. I'm not going to lie, to a degree, his personality and the way it's coming off is very much like the Joker for me. But Riddle's on a bit of a burn at the moment. He's doing really well, actually. This is a tough one. I will say this is I think this is going to be one of the matches of the night. Yeah, quite easily. But I'm going to edge towards, no pun intended there, for what we might talk about in a minute. Is Riddle winning?
Yeah, I'd agree with that as well.
So
I think with the way he's been going recently, I think. Because I mean, what would Seth have to gain from? In the terms of a storyline, what would Seth have to gain from the win here?
I mean, getting up to that higher level to try and become champion, I guess. Yeah. But yeah, I think although Seth has lost a fair few matches recently, obviously with Cody 3 in a row. Yeah. But actually, that's true. Actually, that's very true. So yeah, but because it's a hard one. This is a coin flip for me actually, but I'm leaning more towards Riddle.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yeah. Do we see? I mean, I don't know what's happening with Randy Orton. Last I heard, he's possibly going to be out for quite a while because of an injury.
I heard he was injured. Would you know what?
Yeah, I don't actually know what the injury is. There's some stuff going on, but I don't know. I don't know whether it's maybe his shoulder again because he had problems with that. Yeah. Didn't he in the past? But yeah, I mean, it would be quite. I feel like when Randy does come back, I'm hoping they don't do this straight away. But I feel like Riddle and Randy could end up with a pretty good rivalry going forward, But I'm hoping they don't do that straight away. But because Riddle's out there every week, like praising Randy Orton, even though he's not there, and then he's using his moveset as well. So it depends on how you want to take it. It could flip it so Randy goes heel, but Randy's a seasoned veteran at this point, and everybody kind of love. Even when you hate Randy Orton, you kind of love Randy Orton at this point. He's one of those.
According to the internet, sorry to interrupt, it's quite a serious back injury.
Oh, it's a back injury. Oh, okay. Okay, so yeah, he might not. There's a lot. I know they were quite concerned whether he's actually going to be back in wrestling or not. To be honest, so hopefully he will be. Mysterios versus Finn Balor and Damian Priest, the Judgment Day no disqualification match. I feel those vignettes that have been going around the last couple of weeks is Edge. I've said this on the show already.
About this before,
I think we're on pretty much
with all the hints at superstars that are in the clip.
In the clips, yeah.
Edge is the only one that I can think of off the top of my head that has had.
Somebody's saying it's the Fiend, and it doesn't make any sense for the stuff in there because he wouldn't have faced Eddie Guerrero or the Hardys, or maybe he did face the Hardys, but Eddie Guerrero he wouldn't have.
Yeah, the Hardys, but Eddie Guerrero and wasn't Kurt Angle?
Kurt Angle's, yeah. So it makes more sense for me that it's Edge.
I don't think he's actually, well, maybe not as The Fiend, but has he faced The Undertaker as well? Don't think he has as The Fiend.
He did as Bray Wyatt, didn't he?
Yeah, he did as Bray Wyatt. I remember that.
So I'm thinking it's Edge, and I think we will see, because the last one had him saying "I'm coming too," and he's about to write the next word, but it cuts away. My logic is that word's going to say SummerSlam, but unless, so I think it's, and I'm like 98% sure it's Edge, and he's either going to turn up at SummerSlam, possibly during this match, the Mysterios and Judgment Day, considering the Judgment Day kicked him out of his own creation way too soon, but you know.
I really did like the look of that group that was
the potential there.
Because Damian Priest, although I didn't see that much of him at the time because my first real interaction with him was when we bought the game.
Oh, okay.
Because then I started watching a few clips of him, and I thought, actually, I'm really impressed with this guy. And then obviously Finn Balor joins the group.
Finn Balor's like Finn Balor, yeah.
Like you said, Rhea Ripley as well.
Rhea Ripley.
So I think they had the makings for a really good stable there.
Yeah, Rhea Ripley was on Raw this Monday night. Actually, they attacked the Mysterios and stuff and had a face-to-face. So Rhea Ripley's there. Whether she's actually cleared for in-ring action, I don't know yet. But she was actually on Raw, so it's good to see her. But the group hasn't really gained any traction since this beating up a Hall of Famer, former World Champion Edge, and kicking him out. There's not really, for me, they haven't done anything overly significant. And they've left it literally till this Raw to then go, even though they've been targeting Dominic Mysterio a little bit, it's been very slow. But I feel like they kicked Edge out. The next week they should have maybe destroyed somebody else or had somebody else join the group or something to make them a bit more...
Yeah, to give them that momentum back.
Yeah, because they had it. And I'm not saying there's still potential there, but I feel like because they got Finn Balor in it, Bullet Club and everything, but it's just like... It hasn't got the oomph in it now.
Yeah. I mean, if it is Edge, the next question is, I mean, we've talked about this before as well, but will he be alone?
See, that's whether he will be. And then... but who? Because there was rumours of a former champion not happy in AEW. And obviously there's Daniel Bryan, there's Christian, obviously, over there.
But the thing is, I think there's a difference between hearing that one of a former WWE guy is unhappy
to them actually being released or whatever.
To them actually being released or leaving or getting fired or something like that. Because that's what was so good about wrestling back in the 90s. You didn't know what was going on because the internet wasn't what it is now.
Social media wasn't as... Well, it wasn't even
there wasn't even social media.
Yeah, it was just the internet. It was the internet. It's still trying to dial in now. I'm still trying to download that album from Limp Bizkit on LimeWire, to be fair. So. And it turned out to be an advert for McVitie's Digestive Biscuits. So anyway... Mysterios versus Finn Balor and Damian Priest. Now, Mysterio, for this group to get anywhere, I feel Judgment Day need to win this weekend.
I'm trying to disagree with you, but I can't at the minute. So.
Yeah. Now, whether Edge rejoins the group, maybe it was like a ploy all along to make you think that he wasn't in it. I don't.
I hope that's not true.
No, because it's a very lame excuse.
That's a really stupid way of going about it.
But hopefully not. But my logic is that there's no disqualification match. Finn Balor and Damian Priest, Rhea Ripley start laying into the Mysterios. Maybe someone else joins Judgment Day in that process as well. And now Edge and Rey Mysterio have been former tag team champions together. So Edge returning...
Would the Fiend be... I know obviously we've sort of already like cast it aside as not, but if it wasn't for those videos, the Fiend becoming part of Judgment, I think that would be quite a good fit.
Fiend being in Judgment Day would give it validity, I think, a bit more.
It'd be quite a good fit for that character.
Yeah, and not validity, that's the wrong way of saying it, but it would give it the oomph it needs again.
Yeah,
because
give it a momentum push.
Yeah, so that's a good shout, but I don't know whether that's going to happen anytime soon.
Video, as we said, the video...
Points more towards Edge for me.
Yeah.
Put it this way, I am 98% sure this Edge. If I don't know, I'm trying to think of something I could do on the show that if it isn't, but but in terms of...
I got an idea. How about you do something you've never done before if you're
not
wrong?
record the episode so they can give people...
No, you buy a round at the pub.
Wow, you're talking to me about buying a round at the fucking pub, mate. Trying to get you to the pub is a fucking... Well, it used to be harder, now it's even harder with bloody... Anyway, shut up. How dare you. If I we won't do that. I've only just started this show. I was going to say if I don't get it right, I'll stop the show. I've only just started, so do that. But yeah, I would like. I don't know whether I'm going to see it, but I'm going to go with Finn Balor and Damian Priest because I'd like to see them get some momentum for the group. So I mean, in terms of what you
I'm not overly fond of the Mysterios as a tag team anyway, to be perfectly
Really?
if I'm being brutally honest.
I was waiting for Dominic to turn on his dad, to be honest,
Yeah,
and maybe join,
I think
like,
that's
proper, like...
That's really the only way forward for that group, though, really, isn't it?
If you're going to do anything with the Mysterios going forward, it would be... My logic would be, I know Dominic's already kind of joined them and then he only did it to save his dad. But actually, they get into the ear of Mysterio Dominic and get him in the group. And actually, they turn Dominic against his own father. Then you could have a whole story of Mysterio trying to get his son... Not a custody ladder match we had back in the day, but you could have,
Oh God.
you could have that as well. Do you know what I mean? There was potential there for the story to move on. But I'm going to go with Finn Balor and Damian Priest. It's a no disqualification match. Outside factors.
Could be a good indication, that match, as to what they're going to do with the TV14 if what they...
Yeah, obviously pay-per-view premium, but yeah.
Yet to be seen.
Yet to be seen. Yeah, I mean, what about you? Do you think Finn Balor, Damian?
Yeah, I agree. As I said, I'm trying to disagree with you on one, but I can't at the minute.
All right, no worries. Well, we've got the Women's Championship match, the Raw's Women's Championship match, I should say. Sorry, Belair versus Becky Lynch. What I would like to see happen here, only because they cut the legs from underneath Belair last year at SummerSlam, with Becky returning and beating her in like 5 seconds, 6 seconds, 10 seconds, whatever it was.
Wasn't a fan of that.
Wouldn't it be great? I know it's only a small segment, but wouldn't it be good if Belair picks her up, hits the KOD, and beats her within seconds, just to get that revenge from last year's SummerSlam?
Would be good.
Yeah.
I personally think Becky's going to win this one.
This is our first. I think Belair's going to walk out as still Raw Women's Champion.
I just got... You get that feeling in your gut.
Have you been to the loo this morning?
Yeah. No,
that's a good shout.
I just think... Especially with this recent change of attitude that she's had. Becky, that is, sorry.
Yeah.
I kind of like the edgier...
Yeah, but her character at the moment seems more like she's quite desperate.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but I still...
Potential to be a great match, by the way.
Oh, yeah, definitely. With those
Potential to be a great match.
Yeah.
But I think Belair's going to... I don't know if there's a stipulation to this. It doesn't say it here. I think it's just a standard singles match, like a one-on-one match.
Yeah,
that might change, obviously, as we go through.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the first time we disagree then. I'm going to go... I'm Belair still champion by the end of SummerSlam. And you reckon Becky's going to be the new Raw Women's Champion. Okie dokie. Before we get on to the Uso one, let's do Pat McAfee versus Happy Corbin. First of all, please drop Happy Corbin. Please drop the Happy now. It's run its course, I think.
I do not see why they do that.
Well, it's because he was like poor during the pandemic, wasn't he? And then he won a load of money in Vegas, and that's how he became rich again. That's their story. It's also about...
So they're encouraging gambling to get you out of financial difficulty.
Exactly, yeah. Not good. It's actually quite a cool little rivalry, this. Happy Corbin attacking him. They were actually former football teammates back in the day. NFL football.
Oh, yes. I remember reading an article about that.
That's long-term storytelling right there.
That is real long-term.
I think... as much as I love... I wasn't a big fan of Pat McAfee to begin with, I'm not going to lie, only because I didn't know much about him. And as I kept watching, and then him putting it to theory at WrestleMania, followed by the worst match in freaking history in WrestleMania, with the worst stunner in history in WrestleMania, in WWE history.
I don't think you could even call that a stunner, to be perfectly honest with you.
Steve Austin laughing his ass off after the fact was made me pop, but no, I think you're right. I think it was an old man falling over in the ring, to be honest, and actually Steve Austin probably should have picked him up, to be honest, but there we go.
One taken two of it.
Yeah. I'm going to lean towards Corbin on this one.
Agreed.
As much as I want Pat McAfee to win, and if I'm wrong, I'll be happy to be wrong. No pun intended. But yeah, I think Corbin might win this one. You know, there's going to be underhanded means here to do it. But McAfee's had his WrestleMania moment. He's been pretty good in the ring. He actually was in a War Games in NXT against the Undisputed Era and stuff. And actually, that's when I was like, actually, this guy's pretty good. So, yeah. So you go Corbin as well?
Yeah, I think Corbin as well.
Okay,
yeah.
Cool, man.
Again, definitely need to drop the Happy though. Yeah.
I missed the Lone Wolf days. Actually,
that was good. I like that.
Yeah, I think he could have done a lot more with that. To be honest, he's another guy that's gone sort of like, no, a bit like Bray Wyatt. Yeah, no, let's have Goldberg beat you.
We're going to give you the title. You're going to lose it the very next week.
Yeah, we're going to give it to Goldberg.
Yeah,
hey, I'm not saying don't have Goldberg on the show every now and again, or it's good for numbers or whatever.
Yeah.
But why would you spend all that time building the Fiend up in the way that you did with these the things in the background and
just
all,
building people up just to squash them back down again
within seconds almost? It feels like. So yeah, right. I don't understand the referee in this match.
Oh yeah.
The Usos versus Street Profits undisputed. I think this should be the last time these two teams meet because they put a lot of matches
am I
together.
right thinking this is the third pay-per-view in a row?
I think so. Definitely 2 in a row. A third in a row, probably. The last meeting was really good. I enjoyed the pay-per-view. Money in the Bank, sorry.
Yes, I do remember. Yes, I have. Yep.
The finish obviously went away from everybody until they showed the replay of Ford's arm being up. His shoulder was actually up the entire count. So that left it open for we need to have a better referee. So they chose Jeff Jarrett for some reason. I'm not bagging on Jeff Jarrett. He's he's a WWE legend at this point, and he's got some good. He's got a good body of work. But like, why Jeff Jarrett?
Yeah, I really don't get that.
I smell a screw job anyway coming in this for somebody. I think Usos are going to walk out champions still. That's my logic with that.
Purely because they've held those titles for so long, I want to see the Street Profits win.
I'd like to see the Street Profits win. I'm just saying I think the Usos are going to walk out. So again, we'll split down the middle there. Even though I want, Pat McAfee to win his match, I'm thinking Corbin's going to win it.
Yeah.
But then it begs the question: if the Usos lose the tag team titles, does Roman lose the undisputed title?
That's the thing. 'Cause if they lose one title, I can't see them losing the other.
Yeah.
I can't see them taking all the gold away from the Bloodline in one pay-per-view.
Well, if they did, imagine the Bloodline the next day. They're going to be... Well, not next day now. Is it Monday? They'd be absolutely pissed. Yeah, I'm sticking with the Usos, mate, to be fair. So that's 2. Jeff Jarrett, I feel, is going to play a factor in this. I don't know how it's going to be done.
It's such a random curveball to throw in there.
Yeah, Jeff Jarrett.
I understand, obviously, you don't see a special guest referee as much as you used to.
No.
But at least when it did happen, it made sense. Like you'd have Austin special guest refereeing a match between Undertaker and Kane because they're already working in a story together. But
I think the Usos' younger brother might get caught up in NXT at SummerSlam.
Oh yes,
and maybe we'll see some because it doesn't say it's just a guest referee match. So I'm assuming it's a standard tag team match.
Well, I mean, with it being a special guest referee, I mean, it could go any number of ways because obviously,
yeah, good point. Yeah.
I got one prediction for this match though.
Go on, guitar.
I
knew you were going to say that. Yeah, the guitar.
I'll go one step further. The guitar shot will lead to the end of the match.
Oh, it's going to be a part of the finish, you think?
Part of the finish, yeah.
Okay. Do you know what? I'm inclined to agree with you on that one. To be honest, I'm not going to lie.
Just like for Jeff to have 4 guitars at ringside just to hit everybody
just
involved.
everybody, and counts his own and wins, becomes just by himself, becomes the undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions. Yeah, that'd be quite good. Liv Morgan versus Ronda Rousey. Women WWE SmackDown Women's title. Obviously, Liv cashed in at Money in the Bank on the same night against Ronda.
So good to see.
Reminiscent for me of Dolph Ziggler cashing in, by the way. The way she kicked Ronda's knee and the way because it was an ankle on Alberto Del Rio, but yeah, very reminiscent of Dolph Ziggler cashing in for me. Loved it. Wasn't expecting. When she won the ladder match, I was like, yes, finally. Earlier in the night, I think I said it on the show, but they said about no woman has ever failed Money in the Bank. I'm like, oh no,
I
was like, oh
that's
no,
a kiss of death right there.
Yeah, luckily it didn't. 100%, I did not expect her to cash in on the same night, but she did. On paper, Ron, you would think nothing against Liv Morgan.
I'd love for Liv to come out on top here, but against a fresh Ronda Rousey, for me, there's only one winner.
It makes perfect, unless we see some sort of outside interference, maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
But at the same time, if Liv does come out a winner, it will make her championship run, beating Ronda Rousey. I would love. I'm going to go with. I'm thinking with you, Ronda Rousey, but I'm going to go Liv Morgan because I'm a Liv Morgan fan.
I am as well. I'd love for her to win that match, but I just can't see it.
I'm sticking with Liv. I can't not.
I can't see it.
So you think Ronda's going to win? I think Liv. I want Liv to win, and I tell you what, I don't care how she wins, as long as she walks out of SummerSlam with the SmackDown Women's Championship, mate. I'm happy. 2 more matches to go. So Bobby Lashley versus Theory. Now Theory had a bit of a mare Monday night. Got his ass handed to him several times by the Bloodline and Usos and Drew McIntyre. He had not having a very good week. His daddy's gone, as they said.
Really been running the gauntlet.
Raw was actually, I mean, I didn't see all of it, in fairness. I saw the highlights, but Raw, what I saw, felt better. Now, I don't know whether that's... but one of the matches did stand out for me very quickly before we talk about Bobby and Theory was AJ Styles teaming with Dolph Ziggler.
Yes, I did see the highlights for that match as well.
Good.
That was very good.
Yeah, and we both said if you were to split Shawn Michaels, you would have AJ Styles and Dolph Ziggler.
No, I said it first. It's like the new Rockers to a certain extent.
Yeah. There's something there, I think, between those two. There could be quite a good. But I do want to see Dolph ascend to the top
Getting
again.
up the card, yeah.
To be honest, I'm a big Dolph Ziggler fan. So, and what he's done so far, being back on the main roster, I've enjoyed him sticking to Theory. Like I said, Theory's good in the ring. I can't deny that. But like, he's a little shit, basically. But yeah, seeing him get it every now and again. Theory, I think, hopefully will come out stronger. As I said to you before, very quickly, I'd like to see Theory lose that Money in the Bank briefcase to somebody. My pick would be Dolph Ziggler. And then maybe this time next year, Theory might be in a position where...
The only thing is, right, for me, I just don't see how they're going to do that. I mean, what... You would have to have something to gain to need to put that on the line for me. I mean,
maybe like Ziggler gets fired or something you could do.
Oh, yeah.
You could do that.
Yeah, that would...
It has happened before. If you remember, Mr. Kennedy became Money in the Bank and Edge ended up taking it off him.
Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
So it has happened before. It's not totally unprecedented.
It's not unheard of.
But either that or we have Theory fail, which would be fine by me as well, in terms of the catch-in. The guys he's trying to cash in on are probably two of the biggest freaking names in the business at the moment.
Yeah, good luck with that.
I mean, and no offense to Theory. I mean, he ain't small, but compared to them two, he's like freaking... Well, he is small. So, yeah. But Bobby Lashley...
It's like a wee terrier attacking a giraffe.
Yeah. Bobby Lashley versus Theory. I actually think Theory is going to walk out with the somehow is going to walk out with the United States Championship.
No,
Bobby all the way.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
This
Bobby. Is probably the one match that I am 90% confident of what's
you're
going to happen.
A text message Saturday night.
What's going to happen.
If Theory wins, mate, you'll get a text message Saturday night.
It's going to look as if Theory's going to win. Ziggler comes out, costs him the title, leads into a rivalry for the next pay-per-view.
For the money. Do you know what? If that is how it happens, I'd be happy with it. But my logic is Theory walks away with the championship and then leaves... doesn't have the Money in the Bank at some point, so he's got something out of it, but he's not going to be world champion anytime soon.
No.
But if it happens that way, I'm happy with it, and that's a good way of actually getting that rivalry for that briefcase. You want me to leave you alone? Give me a shot at the briefcase. Actually, no, I'm going to go with you. Bobby walks out with the US title now. Your story makes perfect sense. Yeah, if it happens, I've done a swerve and I've switched my pick there. Having said that, I have said Theory, and if he does win, I'm going to say told you so regardless, even though I've changed my pick. Last man standing match, and hopefully for the last time as well, Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar, because I think we've seen these guys go at it enough over the years, and I think this should be a good way of ending this rivalry.
I've got £10 right now that says this is not the last match between these two.
Really?
Yeah.
Where do you think it's going to go then?
I don't know. I just think there will be another match between them down the line.
You got to show your work, mate, on this show. You can't just say,
I'm just saying. Okay. It's not unprecedented. A once in a lifetime match. There was one a year later.
Good point. Yeah. All right. So Hogan, Rock.
Okay. I'll make
Cena,
it. I'll make it
Rock,
more favourable. I got £10 says that these two have another match within a year and a half.
You reckon?
Yeah. Okay. I was going to say 2 years, but. I'll make it a little bit more.
As I said, hopefully it's the last time. My only thing here would be is if Theory did cash in and maybe only... But my logic is he's going to cash in for the Undisputed Championship. He's not going to split the titles. You know? Somebody did say maybe...
Oh, please don't
maybe he cashed in for the WWE Championship so it splits the titles back again.
Please don't do that.
Which you've just spent all this time building to this. So no, I agree. If you're going to catch him for the championship,
they do it too often. We've said it before, but they just keep just pick your road and go down it.
Just stick to it. You made your choice. Stick to it. Yeah. I am actually going to say I don't know about cash in now. I'm about 8. I'm at the point now where I'm about 80%. I think Theory will cash in. But I think there's the best. I think there's, as you said about Ziggler and stuff, I think there's a story down there that could go. And you don't want Theory being world champion with Ziggler just coming, when you've got those two, like, larger-than-life guys in the ring, So,
or...
Here we go.
Or...
You had your Weetabix this morning, didn't
you? Yeah. You may be right about the Undisputed... not the Undisputed, there's Universal... for God's sake.
WWE.
United States Championship, sorry.
Okay.
But... he comes down to cash in,
yeah,
and Dolph stops that.
Okay, so that could work, yeah. So Theory doesn't cash in. You're thinking.
Essentially, all he would have to do is.
You're thinking Theory attempts it but doesn't succeed.
Well,
it doesn't actually cash it in, but goes to but can't.
What I would like to see, the only way I would like to see him win the title in this situation is, almost said Rock. Then Reigns and Brock are in the middle of or towards the end of an amazing match. They both swing for each other with a chair.
Knock each other down.
Okay. He comes out. I'm entering into this match. They're both down for the 10 count. Thank you very much.
Oh, what? So he just stands there?
Just stands there and just wins the titles.
What a dick way of winning it, actually. What an absolute dick way of winning it. And actually, do you know what? That would be quite... You'd go, what a dick. And actually, that's a good way of moving forward. I kind of want to see that happen now.
Yeah, I know.
I know other people hate it, but that's why I like it.
I'd be complaining about it, but I'm like, called it.
I like stuff like that because although you hate it,
it's instant heat.
It's instant heat, yeah. But then he has to defend it in a triple threat match against Brock and Roman, which kind of cancel out each other. In theory, still walks out champion.
Yeah, but then the other way I can see it going is if he cashes it in after the match against whoever. Normally, it's just a normal match, isn't it? Once the bell starts, it's a normal one-on-one match. In
theory, it should be, no pun intended. We are in the little Nothing to Show studio, and I don't know if anybody heard that. There's a guy collecting iron, so if anybody's got any iron, please bring it now.
Yeah. No, so he comes in, cashes in. Just as the match starts, Ziggler comes down, hits the winner of the previous match with a chair, disqualification.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah. No, but a triple threat match is no DQ as well.
No, I mean if he does it after the match.
Oh, sorry, right, okay.
Match, so it's just a him and the other and whoever wins.
Oh, okay. So whoever's
one-on-one.
left. Okay. So where are we standing on Theory cashing in? I was about 75-80% chance of him trying to, or at least cashing in or trying to. I like your theory, no pun intended, of him trying to do it but being stopped either by the participants in the match or Dolph Ziggler, which is a good way, like you said. Because he can say, you took my opportunity away from me and blah, blah, blah.
Because he's been saying, yes, I will cash it in here, I don't think he will cash it in here.
Or at least he will, but he won't be able to, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He might come back down and, like, whoever loses the Brock-Reigns match, I think, absolutely clatters him in frustration or maybe something like that.
I think 90% of the audience, maybe even more than 90%, are thinking, Theory, even if you try and cash in on Roman or Brock, you ain't going to walk out with the title because it's Roman and Brock. The way they built these two guys.
Having said that,
this podcast could last a while.
I suppose it's not really the same situation. I mean, look at Hogan at WrestleMania 9 with Brett.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, Theory, with no disrespect intended here, he's no Hulk Hogan.
Wow, which is probably a good thing.
I'm not a particular fan of Hulk Hogan. Never really have been, but
I respect what he's done for the business. But I don't respect what he did many, many, many years later and what he said. But there we go.
But yeah, I just, it would be really strange to have those two men going at it.
There's a lot of moving parts in this match because you obviously got the Usos as well.
Yeah,
could get involved because it is last man standing. There's no DQ.
Yeah,
I mean, Paul Heyman doesn't really get involved in matches.
Which
to be
could
fair,
even lead to the Street Profits getting back involved to try and.
So
stop
yeah,
the
that's
Usos.
what I mean. So depending on what happens, I think that's a good shout actually. So not only do you have the Usos getting involved, the Street Profits get involved, then Theory's there, then Dolph's there. Before you know it, this match is broken down into an absolute brawl. Which, do you know what? I wouldn't mind seeing. In terms of if pushing the cash in aside, regardless of whether we think that's going to happen or not. I think Roman is going to walk out, or at least retain.
I would love for Brock to win. However, if this is billed as their last match,
Yeah.
And Roman is more the future of the company than Brock is.
Yeah, it makes sense. Although Brock's work at the moment is really entertaining. And it's just but I think I feel Roman is going to walk out.
But if
or at least
Brock,
retain.
If Brock wins, what, Reigns is just not going to go for the title anymore?
Yeah, it's not going to happen, is it? Unless we do, like you said, the tenor down. This isn't the last time. They haven't billed it as the last time, but to be honest, but it feels like it could be the last time because the last one standing match.
I've heard the commentators say the last.
Oh,
the
they
last
might
meeting.
have done. I don't know.
I could be wrong, but I'm sure I've heard them.
Oh,
say
maybe they
that.
have then. Maybe we were just thinking it is. I don't know. I think regardless of cash-ins and all the other stuff, I think Roman will retain the title. What happens after that is anybody's guess. Which technically this is a guess as well. But yeah, I'm going with Roman on this one.
Yeah, I said I'd like for Brock to win, but
having with all these moving parts, maybe Brock, if the Street Profits get involved, Ziggler gets involved because of Theory and all this, it breaks down into an absolute melee. It's going to be chaos. I feel like this match is going to be absolute chaos. Even if you don't include those guys, this match is going to be chaos. So
it should be really good. And
I'm
actually,
hoping so.
I tell you what, I take back what I said earlier because believe it or not, I forgot about this being a last man standing match. Forget what I said about the Mysterio match being the one that could test the TV 14.
This one could be.
This could be really test those waters.
Well, let us know what you think at In the Corner WWE on Twitter. That's it for this week. I don't know how long we've gone for. Long enough, probably. That's our predictions. That's our guesses. That's our theories. No pun intended. And hopefully,
we'll come up with another word for that. You can't.
I can't. I keep. Mate, for the last couple of weeks, I go in theory. No pun intended. In theory. No pun intended. You could just cut all my F shows together to in theory. In Austin.
Riddle me this. No pun intended.
That was quite good. It's true. It's true. Oh, man. Thank you very much for coming on the show, Nick. We'll get you back on, hopefully, for the predictions and our review of SummerSlam.
What?
Oh, crap, I broke my mic then. What? Thanks for listening to In the Corner, and we'll see you again next week for some more, we're talking SummerSlam review, I suppose. So,
and hopefully I'll be gloating.
Yeah, hopefully he will. And he might have a tenner in his hand, I don't know. Thanks for listening to the show, and we'll see you all again soon.